Time Warner Interactive.
Hi, my name is Ken Humphries. I'm a producer at Time Warner Interactive and also the person in charge of the different conversions of Primal Rage. I'm here to basically answer a few of your questions about Primal Rage on the PC. Our objectives were to take the original arcade code and convert it directly to the PC, and then take some of the things that we can do with the PC to improve the game, such as full motion video, and also giving other people options that they don't normally get available in the arcade. All of the features in the arcade will be featured in the PC version. What we're planning on doing is having all of the 7 dinosaurs, all 70 moves that go with each dinosaur. We'll have the different tribes people in the background, we'll have all the special moves, you'll be able to do all the combinations you can do in the arcade game. Basically, we're planning on having everything exactly as the way the arcade would play it. Differences between the arcade version and the PC version. We originally in the arcade version the graphics are comprised of 11 to 13 palettes of 64 colors each. We of course can't do that on the PC version. What we've done is taken the dinosaurs and moved them down to 32 colors and then combined the background palettes and fit it into the 256 color palette. That's probably the biggest change. The other changes we've had to make are we're putting together 3 different versions of the game. A 16 meg version of the game which will have all the frames of animation. An 8 meg version of the game which will have half the frames of the animation out of the dinosaurs. And we'll have a 4 meg version which will have a few less, but we're trying to get as good as possible version to be able to make it so that people can enjoy the game, but not pay too much. Okay, we've added a variety of different games besides the basic 1-player game and 2-player game of the arcade. We've added a 1-player training mode in which you can pick a dinosaur for you and a dinosaur to be fighting with, and then you basically fight each other. That's a way to kind of practice on different dinosaurs. We also have a 2-player tug of war in which you both pick a dinosaur, and basically we've changed the bar graphic at the top into a moving bar graph. And each time you do damage to your opponent, the bar moves towards your side, and the person wins, whoever moves the bar to his side. We also have the endurance game, which is basically each player picks 4 dinosaurs, and the computer randomly picks a dinosaur for each side, and then you fight until the person loses. Then the computer randomly generates one of the 3 that are left. The game goes on until you basically run out of dinosaurs. The person who runs out of dinosaurs is the one that loses. The person who doesn't is the one that wins. We have all the different hidden games that the original arcade game have, such as bowling and volleyball. Bowling ball is triggered in a 2-player game by doing certain things, and then the tribe people become pins and Armadon becomes a bowling ball, and you basically get 2 frames of bowling. Also, the volleyball game occurs in a certain location in which you take a 2-player game and trigger the events that make volleyball happen, and basically one of the tribes people becomes a volleyball, and a net appears, and you basically bat the volleyball around until a person wins, or I think 30 seconds expire. These are kind of neat little things that are part of the original arcade game that we've moved into our game. We've also added a few things of our own, some cheat codes, some things that have the ability to trigger just in our own version as well. Music and sound effects were a real critical part of the original Primal Rage game. It does a lot to set the mood and really kind of give you that dinosaur-y feel. We've been working very hard to emulate that, and Teeny Weeny Games have taken the original music and rescored it to work with the PC. We've also taken the original sound effects and done our best to kind of emulate that whole sound that you got in the original arcade game. Have we ever encountered any problems on the game? Oh no, not at all. Actually, yeah, of course. Any game you're going to run into some problems. Obviously, the graphic issues was a big one for us, dealing with all the different types of graphical problems. Also, on the PC, one of the big issues is speed and frame rate. We've made this game work in what's called Mode X, which is 320 by 240, using a much faster way of displaying graphics to the screen. We've done that for 2 reasons. One is the original game is designed in 336 by 240, so the graphic mode is fairly similar, but also it's a way that we can make the PC run faster to be able to display this game at a high enough frame rate to really get the arcade feeling. One of the reasons why I think arcade games haven't succeeded in the past on the PC is because you couldn't get that arcade feeling before. I think you can now with the new machines. I think we're very proud of the job that we've done so far in recreating the original arcade game. I think that what you're going to see with this game is a very, very good rendition of the original arcade game, to a point where you basically could do the same moves that you could do in the original arcade game, do all the things that you could do in an arcade game and more. You'll have the ability to see some of the things like the stats that we're actually tracking, that the original arcade game tracks that no one sees. We also have all the different settings that you can make with the game that is available on the coin-op, no one ever gets a chance to do. I think we're very proud that we'll be able to emulate that, to be able to make it so that a user can set it at the most difficult rating for the arcades, so they can actually see what a most difficult version of the game would actually run like. I think that we're very proud of that.